The best thing about doing a vlog for nobody is that I can dress down. It won't matter. This is the vlog for March 19th. I feel like I said that yesterday. Maybe I got the date wrong yesterday. That would be embarrassing. Um, I have a headache. I've had a headache since this afternoon, and I don't know why. I've had plenty of water today. I had a bottle of water in the morning after my coffee. I had a big thing of water with lunch. I had water when I got home tonight. I also had Gatorade when I got home tonight, just in case it was, in fact, dehydration, which I knew it wasn't, but my head still hurts. The brain itself is an organ completely lacking in pain receptors, as I understand. The brain itself feels the pain of all other parts of the body, but it itself cannot feel pain. So anytime you have a headache, it's actually the area around your brain. Oh, that actually feels kind of good. There is a woman who cuts my hair whenever I can get her, who does this fantastic scalp massage. Oh, that is just the most heavenly sensation. What do I look like right now? Pretty silly. Okay, well, it's my vlog again. I do what I want. I looked nice today. I didn't go to work like this. I had a nice white button down that my mother made for my birthday this year. And I think I've probably worn it a couple times in the vlogs. In fact, I may have even mentioned that my mother made it previously. I promise I'm not actually losing my mind or going senile. As it turns out, it is hard to remember all of the things I have said in these. And if anything else, I'm probably going to be repeating myself more than once, more than a few times, especially when I talk about topics that aren't limited to just what happened today. And since I can't talk about what I do for work, I'm going to have to reach outside that bag of tricks more often than not, really. I found out a couple things. Well, I should say, first of all, without giving away too much of what I do, I am a temporary employee. That is to say, I work for a placing agency, a temp agency, and I work for a company roughly 10 months out of the year. And then at the end of each contract, I am forced to take a mandatory 8-week break. This is because in the state in which I work, a long time ago, years ago, like at least 15 years ago, Microsoft had a large number of contract employees that worked full time, but were not given the same benefit program that actual full time employees. They were called temporary employees, but they worked 40-hour weeks the whole year. When one of their contracts finishes, they just renewed the contract and kept them going. So they worked full time and were not given the same benefits as actual full time employees that were actually contracted to work directly for Microsoft. They staffed it out to a temp agency, much like the one I work for. And after a while, somebody realized that this was unethical. It was unfair, and they took them to court. And Microsoft was like, "Wow, you're right. You absolutely deserve full-time benefits if you work full-time. We're just only going to make you work 10 out of the 12 months of the year, so you won't actually be full-time, and we won't have to give you anything." And all the companies in the tech industry in the area did the same thing. I don't like it. I don't like that I don't have a chance to earn a full yearly wage. I don't like that I make less than $25,000 a year, which is probably technically below the poverty line, although that's a nebulous thing these days. But there's one silver lining, and if I've learned anything in my life, it is to try and find silver linings in any bad situation. I have managed to somehow earn the favor of some spirit of nature somewhere where my 2-month break almost always falls in summer. So even though I'm 37 years old, I get a summer vacation, usually. It doesn't always work like this. Last year, it started in end of April and went until the very beginning of June, which is technically, or no, I think end of April. Yeah, it went through June. I think it ended right when summer technically started, so that wasn't really a summer vacation in the fullest sense of the term. But this year, my contract ends on May 25th, although I'll probably end up finishing a project and going on that break a little early, maybe like a week or even 2 weeks possibly. It all depends. It's all up in the air. And then I will have from the end of May till probably, let's see here, middle of July, maybe late July, where I will not be working at all. And it will be the warmest time of the year. And it will be lovely. I will be getting up early in the morning to go on nice walks when the weather is nice in the neighborhood where I live, which is a very nice neighborhood. Everything will be green and blooming and blossoming, and pretty much in the middle, school will completely go out. So I won't have to worry about freaking out kids while I'm walking. Although, if I do a full walk from my house instead of trying to park at a parking lot of a school, I don't have to worry about that. I can just walk on. And I'm just a guy that's walking in the morning along with, countless other real human beings. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't make any money during this period off except what I earn from unemployment, which I've gone through year after year. And it's all legal. I'm not doing anything untoward. I'm not doing anything against the law. It's a tricky process having to look for a job while you're doing a job that you really enjoy. And if I ever got a really good offer, I'd probably end up leaving. But I actually like what I do a lot. So I put up with a lot to do it. So maybe one day I'll tell you what I actually do. We'll see. But I've noticed it's 7 minutes, so I've gone past my 5-minute mark, and I've been making a lot of long videos lately, and I'm tired and my head hurts. So I think I'm just going to say this has been the vlog of Eric Spornitz on March 19th. And I really hope tomorrow will be better and my head won't hurt anymore.